talk without messing up.
Yeah. Communication is so important, bro. It really is.
Let me make sure you get me.
So I know it has you in there. I didn't even sit down. I should have sat down to make sure you got me. I thought I sat down. Because you're in it. Set up like this. You been in the gym last few days?
Nah, I've been like home workouts.
Yeah. Oh, home workouts. So I think.
Like we playing a game and shit.
Yeah.
So I've been getting busy, so like I play the game and like if I mess up or do something wrong, I lose at 30. Think I'm out. 30. Think I'm out. That's like
Game like PlayStation?
Yeah.
Who you put?
Play 2K sometimes. Marvel Rivals is the main thing we're playing right now. MLB The Show.
I used to play MLB The Show. I ain't gonna lie.
It's just like
I used to play like for like was it like franchise?
Yeah.
I used to take the dog to play a whole 162 games, bro.
Bro, that shit is just like it's irritating, bro. That game is the most humbling game I've ever had in my life. Bro.
Yeah.
That game is.
I thought with the game my roommate be yelling over, bro. So then he playing the baseball.
Yeah, is that? What else we playing? Shit. Oh, like them single player games like Spider-Man, God of War, Last of Us, stuff like that.
I mean, making sure my camera don't die through. Like that's, I was recording a YouTube video the other day. I was thinking, I had to set up. I was like, bro, if I'm recording this video, it don't. I look back. All right, bro. So let me just run over real quick. So I'm gonna introduce myself, introduce the podcast,
Yeah.
then introduce you as a guest. Ask you to talk about your story a little bit, like just a little introduction. Talk about your first serious passion or pursuit. And we're going to transition and talk about some pivotal moments. And then what we got? How your experience in like track is helping you now. Because that's one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that like skills are transferable.
Yeah.
So like it's like the skills that I built while I was playing basketball, like those disciplines and stuff like that, waking up into it. Those like that helps me when I go training, when I'm working on my business and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about how you playing track kind of helped you in different areas of life. You know
I'll tap into track, I'll tap into the football, and I'll tap into basketball. Cause I played basketball in high school. I played basketball and football and track all in high school. And football, I took that and kept training to try and go D1 here at OSU. And then I'll get to like
Okay. And then we'll go off of that. So like this is an outline, but if you we just gonna go, bro.
I got you.
And then if we get too far off, then we'll figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
Any questions, or you wanna just get into it?
No, I feel like it's smooth. It's just
We just talking, bro. I promise you, just talking.
Yeah, it's cool, bro.
Alright, y'all. Welcome to the very first episode of Branching Out with Randall, a podcast dedicated to exploring the authentic journeys of individuals pursuing excellence across multiple domains of life. I'm your host, Randall, and I'm thrilled to announce that this is a new venture, something we got going on. This is my boy Amir. He's gonna be the first guest, and we're gonna get right into it, man. So each episode, we're gonna sit down with somebody different, and they're gonna talk about their experience branching out in different domains of life, them not being limited to a single arena of excellence, creativity, growth, purpose, fitness, business, everything, all encompassing. And these conversations are going to be aimed to inspire you, to challenge you, and perhaps even encourage you to branch out in different areas of your life. So my man, Mir, I'm going to let you go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Who are you? What are you about? Where are you from? Go ahead.
I got you. So my name is Stratton. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. That's from the East Coast. If you don't know where that is, it's kind of like in the middle of New York, Connecticut. It's in that tri-state area up north. I hate to say that I'm from Massachusetts. As you can tell, the way I talk, it's more like New York than more anything else. My whole family from over there, and my dad's from here all the time. So I can rep Queensbridge, New York, but we'll get into that a little later. But I'm 22 years old, about 23 in a couple of weeks. My passions, I really try to just be here for everybody that I meet. You know, like everyone that I meet, I try to give my fullest intent to. If they give me, they full respect as well, because I don't really play with the whole if I meet you, start playing around my face and stuff like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So, I try to be the best I can when I come to my friends and all that. All my friends can attest to that. I try to be the best I can in any way, shape, or fashion. If I mess up somewhere, then
something sometimes where like it don't show the most recent video, it'll show the one before that. So I'll be thinking,
Why be doing the same shit?
I'll be like, bro, that's not the most recent video. Alright, take us back to your early influences, man. What led you to, coming out here to Oregon State? What kind of, you know what I'm saying? What's the early influences looking like?
Alright, so y'all know I'm from the East Coast, so like me coming to the West Coast was a big jump.
Yeah.
I jumped from Massachusetts all the way to Oregon.
I'm from LA, so I don't like calling Oregon what Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest. Yeah. The West Coast.
It's not West Coast.
The West Coast is when you hit that LA go down.
Yeah.
Right, boom. But like Pacific Northwest, we jumped over here. It was more really because the East Coast has been my life. Like I have family up in New York, and then it's spewed down to Mass, Connecticut, Virginia, the Carolinas, Maryland. A little bit of people are in Tennessee. I got people going down into Bama, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana. I got one family member that lives in LA. That's really it. But kind of just all close to that East Coast little like region.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm tired of being here. I want to see what the West is about. I haven't been to the West Coast. I haven't been to the Pacific West or to the West Coast. And I was like, no, I'm taking a chance. And I was trying to play football as well. So it kind of like pulled into one side. I was like, I can go here. I can get an academic scholarship. I can get my grades right. Learn how to live on my own because West Coast, I got no one over here. No one's here. None of my family was here. My mom, brother, father, sister, nobody. So anything I gotta do, I gotta learn to do it myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's a point for me to really take that point to jumpstart my life of being a young adult. So then I did that, and then I was like, okay, I play football too. And that's when I started trying to try out football, train for all that, and get my body right to really get there. But when I first came here, I was a little guy. I was like 150 pounds, soaking wet. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then that freshman year, I took that freshman 15 to freshman 25, 175
to freshman 25. So 150 to 175?
Yeah.
Okay.
In that 1 year, and it wasn't great weight. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's stuck on my body now because I never dropped my knee that, but it kind of just used that to get to the gym and then start building myself from there, bro.
Yeah. Well, you talk about how you had family on the East Coast, only one person out here. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about how important it is for people to get out their comfort zone. I feel like that's something a lot of people can't do. And one thing I tweeted the other day is that the fact that there's growth in comfort, in discomfort.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like when they're in certain areas, they might grow up somewhere and they might just be in that area for their whole life. Or they might be working a job that they don't like, but they're comfortable so they can't get out their comfort zone. So talk a little bit about you getting out your comfort zone and coming out here and that transition a little bit.
Yeah, so like throughout high school and all that stuff, like I was real introverted, real to myself. Man, I still am now, but I'm more open to new things.
Yeah.
So like I said, like the jump started to like learn how to be myself, learn who I am as a person. It was when I was like, I'm going to Oregon State. I'm gonna have schools that are far from home, so I can learn how to live on my own and just like learn who I am as a person. Because for 18 years of my life, I stayed in the same house, but for that entire of my life, it's time to move on and get a new chapter.
Yeah.
So yeah, when as soon as I came over here, it was a time for me to really learn how to navigate life as a young adult on my own because everything I gotta do, all the classes I gotta do, the extracurricular activities I gotta do, my social life, I gotta learn how to juggle all that without the help of asking for advice face to face to my mom, my pops, my brothers, my sisters.
Yeah.
Like it's just like I don't got that no more. So I have to learn how to grow. And it was really uncomfortable to do that. Cause like my first year here, I was COVID year 2020. So I didn't have a freshman year for real. And then sophomore year come around, and that's when I kind of like stuff started opening a little bit. I met friends like Tyler and all that. And so from there, I really was like, okay, to myself, I observe. I'm an observer. I don't like to get in anybody's face. I don't want to talk. I'm not gonna be all cheesy up in your face. It's not my personality.
Right there with you, man.
So people like to say, oh, you're okay, you're good. You're perfectly fine. You're
Yeah.
chilling. I just don't like being in your face. That's all it is. I don't know you. I'm not gonna be all, hey, how you doing? Man, that ain't me.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I'm observing cool people. And at one point, I'm gonna say something that's gonna spark my interest. I'm like, oh, you talk about that too?
Yeah.
Now we steamrolling. But yeah, so the BCC where I work at now, on my sophomore year, that was real weird because I had to go there every day say hi to people that I didn't know, and hopefully they would let me into like they click into their group, into their niche. Because like as a black man at PWI, just black in general at PWI, it gets kind of rough because you don't see a lot of black people. So when you finally get the people that you can potentially get yourself around and be around them for life, you gotta try to push yourself. And not a lot of people know how to do it. Like you said, not a lot of people like to do that, get uncomfortable, but it's okay to be uncomfortable because from there you can learn how to navigate spaces that make you uncomfortable. So it makes it easier to navigate everything else.
Yeah.
It's really easy, bro.
Yeah. I like that response, man.
Yeah, bro, come on now.
Yeah. Man, talk a little bit about your first passion, man, your first few passions.
Alright, first
Talk
passion.
a little bit about that, man. We talking about exploring excellence across different domains.
Mm-hmm.
You've done a lot, bro. You play a lot of different sports.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that, man.
Yeah, so like all my life I played sports. Since I was like 6 years old, I've been playing sports. My first sport I played was soccer. And that was cool. That was a little fever dream, whatever. I played that for like 2 years, so it wasn't really that serious as I was younger. Then I got into football. And football was for the rest of my life, basically. I mean, I played more organized football when I was 8 years old, and it spanned all the way until about 16, 17. And then that's kind of where it died because my school didn't really have organized play, but I was still do 7-on-7s, talk to coaches, play with their players, their D3 players, their D2 players, just make sure I was so right. And I kept that going because football has been my bread and butter, has been my love and joy since I put that first helmet on, my number 36, when I was about 8 years old. And ever since then, it's kind of just been what I want to do.
Yeah.
And like I said earlier, I came over here to football because I was like, I'm going to D1. I ain't going to D1 after scholarship. I didn't do all that, but I can't work myself to become a walk-on and get to that position.
Yeah.
Which I technically kind of did because when I was working out everything, like I was tip-top in shape, had everything going, my strength was going up, I was killing it. I go to the tryouts and everything, the coaches were loving me. They always thought they were like, your breaking to the ball's amazing, your way you track the balls was great, your high point is amazing, your breaks, your cuts, everything is good for you. And I'm not that tall, I'm only 5'9", 3/4. I say 5'10", I'm saying no.
That's a good round.
Feel me?
I give you 5'10".
So people, like, I'm not the tallest DB in the room.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm quick, I'm fast, I can jump.
Yeah.
I know when to punch the ball at your hand. So it's like, I know what to do certain things. So like, I was exceptional in the little things. But because I wasn't a diamond in the rough, I wasn't some 6'3" unicorn.
Yeah.
I ain't getting my looks at me for real. So like, they said, I appreciate you for coming out, but like, we're not taking my in this cycle. It's like, all right, that's cool, whatever. But all I know is that the coach was personally talking to me, saying like, hey, you've been good, like this, you know, like that, you have great hands, you're fast, you're quick, all that other stuff. So like, it was really like my thing. But yeah, the passion of me playing football just was burned into me from my pops. Me and him, that was his thing when we were younger. He was always talking football and all that stuff. He loved the Giants, I love the Seahawks. So it's like me and him were just always football this, football that, and it's kind of like a football household for real when it came to my pops. We just kept pushing that and that, learning how to, work in a team, lean on my teammates, on my peoples when I need them, so that goes like my friends and stuff like that. I know when to lean on them because I know they can help me out. I can't do it for myself. I'm human. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna figure things out. So allow yourself to lean back people that got your back, or trust people that know got your back. Be smooth.
Yeah. So after you stopped playing football, you moved into
track.
Yeah. Okay.
And track
was that your best sport?
Nah, football.
Football was your best sport. Track second best.
Track was second best.
Okay. Talk a little bit about track.
Track, it was good. It was a cool little 2 years. I got varsity at my school and everything. I was a 110-meter hurdler. Was a 400-meter hurdler, and I threw javelin.
And you were playing it, obviously not at the same time because they're different seasons, but it was like 1 year you're doing track for a season and football during your season?
Football was more year-round because football, for my high school, we didn't have one team. So I just, when I was 7, so what I would do, I would always be in cahoots with people around Springfield
and get into there.
And get in there 7-on-7, getting the drills, work out with my uncle and stuff like that. That's what kind of allowed me to keep that football mantra moving. Track was more organized. Track was from the school. So when it came to track, that was during the spring and also the indoor. So I was always in shape. Because it always has 100 miles every day, like upwards of 2-3 miles a day. We have practice almost like 4 days a week. to just running. And since I was in the 110 and 40 meter hurdlers, doing that stuff, it took a lot because like it's not just running. Like it's like the running, you gotta be able to get over the hurdle. And the hurdle is about like probably that high.
Yeah.
So I'm not jumping. I'm like stepping over the hurdle.
Yeah.
So it's like this much space you get over the hurdle to try and get over it.
Yeah.
So it was fun though. That really tested like speed and everything. Like for hurdles, I'm so mad, but I was 0.2 seconds off of regional time to go to regionals for the Eastern region back in high school.
You still mad about it?
It's like I wish I could have got it. I know I didn't work as hard as I should have worked to get it,
Yeah.
but I was still moving. That's the crazy part. And like I caught hurdling. It was hard to learn it because like it's really intricate. You fuck up, you're hitting that hurdle, you're tumbling over. So when I finally got my lean and everything was clean, it was like my last year, and I was cooking that season, but I just didn't get to that point. So, but yeah, track is, and it's still just determination because like, mind you, if something's hard, like people like to quit.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I hurt myself a couple of times hurdling, twisting knees and all that stuff because I hit the track, hitting the hurdle and getting caught up in it. You get a lot of little banged up injuries in the knee and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, like it was just like I'm gonna get this because I was watching Grant Holloway and everything. Grant Holloway was a hurdler at Florida, and he's an Olympian. But I was watching him. Mind you, he's not my height. He's like 6'3", so watching his form was different. So I had to learn. I forget what his name was. He was a Jamaican hurdler back in like 2017, 2016. He was about like 5'9". He was cooking in the hurdle. So I was watching his technique and how he did a lot of things, and I just kept always trying to learn how to snap, how to get around the hurdle like just like that, get my 3 steps in, get back up to the hurdle. I was always at tracks right near my house because there was a school called Pope Francis, had a nice ass track. It was like this Christian private school. And then you go there on that track and run and get the hurdles out for you to use, and I would use them and just keep practicing my form every day until I got it right. And then it was that day for regionals. Yeah, we was close though, but the time I had the track, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
100%.
One thing I really like that you said is that when you were pursuing track, trying to be the best that you could be, you found somebody that was good, but they didn't really have like their same measurables. So you found somebody that was a little closer to what you were doing and was able to get inspiration from that.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important, bro, when we do things that we look at the people who have been successful in the fields that we're pursuing, bro, because
100%.
nothing's new under the sun, bro. Like everything that we're trying to do in life, somebody's done before. You know, so when we're able to see what got them successful, and I'm sure when you saw his form, did you try to reinvent the wheel, or did you say this is what's laid out? So this is what, you know what I'm saying? The guy who was 5'9".
Oh, I was like, is this how it should look? And
I mean, and obviously there's different intricacies.
Yeah, he was a flip because I was a left lead. I was a left lead hurdler. He was a right leg.
But he was able to give you a foundation of
I was able to watch that. I had a video on my phone that I just slowed down on my phone on purpose and was like watching exactly when he would bring his knee up, when he would start to pull his arm up, when he would lean. And I would just start practicing it every time.
And studying the game, bro. Studying when we're trying to do different things, making sure like you used to probably study film and stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
100%.
So that's important, bro. I like that. So now you don't do track or football, but you do some other stuff, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about the major, talk a little bit about you in the gym, bro. And we're talking about, you know, us pursuing excellence across different domains, bro. So it's not like you were limited to like football or track.
Yeah, no.
So as another ex-athlete, man, sometimes I feel like I was limited to basketball. Like it's basketball or nothing. Like this is what I'm good at. But talk a little bit about the different endeavors that you're pursuing now and how you're able to kind of transfer some of those skills that you've learned into those endeavors.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, bro. Your major.
Yeah, so I'm a kinesiology major. People don't know what that is. Basically, the study of how the body moves and understanding like just the intricate body parts and knowing all that stuff. I'm also trying to become a physical therapist, which is like kinesiology is a step underneath it. It's like the major or the degree that you get, the bachelor's degree you get before you go to your doctorate. But yeah, I jumped through a lot of majors because at my core, my main thing is helping people. And if it's cool and I can help at the same time and make some money, I'm going to enjoy it. So the first thing I was really trying to do was biomedical engineering. And that one is when it's people that make the prosthetic hands and arms and stuff like that. People that like got a hand cut off, like missing limbs and stuff like that. I was going to do that. But then as a 16-year-old kid, I talked to, I believe, my sister's friend was a biomedical engineer at the time. And he was like, yeah, it's a lot of school, I'm not going to lie. When you hear that as a 16-year-old, you're like, damn.
I don't know about that no more.
I'm getting tired of high school. Like, I ain't know, it's 7 more years. Sheesh. Like, looking back now, I'm 5 years into my schooling. I probably been like, man, I ain't doing 5 years into school. It's crazy. But, yeah, so biomedical engineering was my first thing that I thought about doing, and then I tried to do athletic training. But then my mom and me laid out the logistics and like the expenses I would have, not be in debt. The way I want to live, and I'm not saying I'm living like crazy. I'm buying everything I want. Like even if it's the bare minimum stuff, like internet, you know, got our friends, you know, having cable, whatever, Netflix and all that other stuff, I'd be in debt. So I was like, I can't have that training. I was living in Baltimore. That wasn't even looking like Cali or New York. It was like Baltimore, somewhere it's not expensive, and I was still like gonna be in debt. So then from there, I found chemical engineering. It's a crazy little stuff I was going through.
Mm-hmm.
But I was chemical engineering because my idea was, you know what, I got an idea. What I can do is I can figure out a way to make chemo less invasive so it doesn't destroy much of the healthy cells in our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
When you do chemo, it's basically killing you slowly.
Yeah.
Like no matter how much, oh yeah, it killed cancer cells, yeah, it killed everything around it. So you might be cancer free, but all your T and B cells are gone.
Mm-hmm.
You erased it all through your chemo. So now your body's gonna go through a whole other relapse now. Guess what? Now your body's deteriorating from something else.
Yeah.
This is gonna be crazy. So I was trying to think about doing that because I have a family member. I never met her, but she passed away from cancer. She was 9 years old. And I was like, honestly, like I feel like if I can make a difference, this will be a big difference I can make. But then I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I was like, also, if I do find it, I'm not gonna be able to. I'm gonna go bypass. Like, I'm not
Gonna be some funny stuff.
I mean, that's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
But then I was like, all right, I'm gonna do because the first thing I applied to the school was kinesiology. So then, 2 years, I was 2 years into my chemical engineering degree. And I was like, yeah, this chemistry stuff ain't for me. Like I said, I'm inorganic, and Jack chemical and whooping my ass. So I think I'm gonna be alright with this. I called my mom up, like, hey mom, like, if I go to kinesiology, can I do that? She's like, as long as it doesn't add an extra year onto your schooling, then you'll be fine. All right, bet. Call up my advisor, talk things out. Oh yeah, you switch easily, no problem. And actually, since you're a chemical engineer, chemical engineering at this school, it takes 192 credits to graduate instead of 180. So I got I got a whole extra term to take of classes rather than just me taking 180. So when I switched to kinesiology, it like green checked all my back core, most of my upper division, because almost all the stuff I did was because I was having crazy little terms for chemistry. So I was like, all right, cool. I switched to kinesiology and I was like, I want to be PT. I'm gonna enjoy being a PT because I've been in PT. My little brother's been in PT. I help my mom with her PT sometimes, but she one time had frozen shoulder from a car accident, me and her were in. And I had the PT do homework out with her where she was having the towel and putting tension in the towel, you know, just working out her shoulders, keeping the tension tight. And I sped up her recovery by like 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. It was like 1 or 2 weeks I sped up her recovery because I was helping her around, pushing her to, you know, do the workouts. And so now, as I am a senior, I'm gonna graduate, I'm in an internship class that's having me actually work in a clinic and get a hands-on experience of running people through their workouts, you know, helping them stretch and all that stuff. And it's showing me that I'm going to love being a PT 100%. Because at the end of the day, like if I can make a smile on your face because you came into the clinic at 50%. Now we're on week 3, we're on like your 6th visit. You telling me that yeah, I feel so much better. I'm more mobile. I'm more nimble and stuff like that. Like it's like I feel more happy. Like so the lady I talked to on Monday, I was working at my clinic, and I was asking her how she feels. She was like, after the couple times I've been here, it's been pretty good. Like I feel better. Like my legs feel better. Like I feel like they're stronger. I have more endurance and things like that. And she's smiling and she's happy, and I'm like, if I'm able to do that for you. By all means, I'm gonna do this every way I can, no matter if it's people with disabilities, kids, grandparents, older adults, athletes,
it to where you want to feel like you can, that's cool with me.
Yeah.
That means that I'll help you out in any way I can. And then you smiling, I'm smiling.
Yeah.
Basically, that's cool because like you make relationships, you can joke around in the PT clinic, make them, get them to work out a little faster, and they won't even know they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
And they be like, oh, we're done already? I'm like, yeah.
And I feel better.
You learn to do that. It was cool.
Yeah.
That's just what I do. I always joke around with doing stuff like that. Say that's that PT stuff right now.
Yeah.
Get into that money.
And you've done a few different things, man. I didn't even know all that.
Yeah.
So you kind of juggled around with some different majors.
Yeah, I jumped to a lot.
You feel like some of that was a little bit of self-discovery? That you didn't really know exactly what you wanted to do off the jump? Do you feel like as you kind of discovered more of who Mira was, you kind of got a clearer vision of what exactly you wanted to do with your life?
Yes and no, because like my advisor at high school, blessed be on him, he passed away recently, but like he helped me out ish. Like a lot of the schools that I got applied to, I could have applied to be a PT, like go to PT, get in the PT pathway and all that. But he had me like sign up for like a basic health option and stuff like that. Things that weren't what I wanted to do. So I had to figure out things on the fly about what I wanted to do. And like the general health option, okay, I want to be in the health field. I don't want to be a nurse, I want to be a doctor. So I was like, what do I want to be for real? I was like, PT, OT sounds cool. Cause I can be, I'm gotta be doing all like the blood and all the other stuff. I'm not doing the extra stuff, but I still can help out the way I want to help out. So then PT was just like the end all be all after we got through all the majors, because I finally figured out, okay, like I want to do this, and for me to get there, I gotta become a kinesiology major, I gotta get like a PT school, get my doctorate, and then we'll be good. So yeah, it's like it was unpreparedness from a high school advisor that didn't get me ready for exactly what I wanted to do. But with my mom instilling the ideas of like, what I want to do as I kept growing up, it kind of snowballed into, okay, I want to be in the health option, I want to be in the health field, I just don't know where. So I sat down, I consciously what we want to do. I had it out with my mom, and then we figured out exactly what we wanted to do for real. So yeah.
The advisor didn't really.
He didn't really help that much.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm big on authenticity, and for me personally, I feel like authenticity has to be something that comes from within. Like it has to be something that comes from within. It has to be something where it's like I'm ignoring external distractions. I'm not okay. They might want this for my life, or they might see this for me, but I don't see that. I'm gonna go off of what I see. I'm gonna go off of what I feel.
Exactly.
How do you feel about authenticity, bro? How important is that for you? I know, like earlier in our conversation, you're talking, hey man, if I see you, I might not know you, I'm not gonna be all up in your face.
Yeah.
And that's something somebody might look at that and be like, oh, he sounds a little cocky, or he sounds like, but it's like, man, I'm doing, like, this is how I do things, man.
Yeah.
So how you feel about authenticity, bro? I feel like that's something that's really big for you too.
Yeah, like, you trying to impress people and be different of who you actually are, I feel like it's really corny.
Yeah.
I don't like, that's not who you are, but you're trying to act hard and you're trying to act like you this and that. But I know for a fact that this is not what you are. It's not how you operate. I'm gonna check you on it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna check you on it in a rude way. Like, I might leave you a sideway and ready to eat you. Like, why are you doing this? You're acting different for no reason. We're around, excuse this, that, and the third. Why are you acting like you do this now? You don't do that.
Yeah.
Stop doing that. So like, I don't know, like, just be who you are for real. Like it's like there's no problem with acting how you are. Like, but I would say with the double-edged sword on that one is though, it's like, yeah, act who you are at your core, but don't overdo it. Don't like if you think you look good or you think you're really smart, by all means you do that. But don't rub in people's faces. Don't be trying to be all overly confident and be cocky about it. Like how I said, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be all up in your face. I'm not saying I'm too good to talk to you.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is like, I was raised. I'm introverted. That's who I am at the core. I'm not gonna be everybody's face. But when you get to know me, when I can trust you to be around me like that, then 100%, you're gonna see me laughing, joking. I'm gonna be hella energetic. I'm gonna be cheesing left and right, you gonna think, I'm like, bro, this is a whole turn. You not this before? Yeah, because there was no need for me to show you who I am. I don't know you. You don't know me.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna put myself on a billboard for you to see, like, oh, this is who Amir is.
Yeah.
You wanna get to know me that bad, if it bothers you that much, that you don't know me or something like that, then you talk to me.
Yeah.
And then you can understand who the authentic version of myself is.
Yeah.
You think of me as, oh, he's just quiet to himself, nonchalant, whatever. Actually, I'm a nerd. I joke around a lot. I got crazy little hobbies that I do. This is like, I just don't, I'm not passionate for anybody to know that.
Yeah.
There's no need for you to know that.
Yeah.
My friends know who I am.
Yeah.
And that's fine with me. Strangers don't gotta be strangers or strangers until they figure out who I am.
Yeah.
Who they are. Until then, when the outside looking in, oh, here's that. That's it, right?
And
That's how you think.
And it don't change who I am just because you might think I'm a certain way.
Exactly.
I feel like a lot of things is just for external validation, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was even thinking, obviously, I'm campaigning for my business strong right now.
Yeah.
And you know, I sat down and I was like, obviously, I want to do certain things financially. I want to be able to provide value in different areas of life.
Yeah.
But when I make the money I want to make, bro, I'm already planning ahead. I'm big on planning. And I'm like, bro, it's not even in me to like, people be on like social media like flexing and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm so whole, bro. Like, I don't do a single thing for external validation, bro.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why our society lacks authenticity right now is because a lot of people are just trying to impress people.
Social media.
And sometimes we don't even know we're trying to impress people.
Yeah.
We think we buying certain clothes and certain cars and getting tattoos for us the whole time. If I sat you down and I asked you, hey bro, why you want to buy this car when you're 25? Oh bro, I whole time you just trying to impress people.
Yeah,
Like you don't even want the car, you don't even know nothing about the car.
You want it because
why you want to get this certain house, bro?
It's that statement. Oh yeah, I got this. Oh, so you like that? Yeah, I like that now.
Yeah.
Bro, you broke. You're paying money
Man.
for a car now because you want to buy a car. You were
Trying to impress people.
Like, come on, man. That's not
So
how it is.
I feel like authenticity is such a big thing for us, for all of us to have, bro. Not just the people that are really like gonna be tuned into, you know, what I got going on with RBC, but like even if you're not messing with the brand, bro, still be authentic. Because I feel like with authenticity, man, you're able to be who you are and you can get what you want out of life.
Yeah.
And you could actually figure out what you actually want out of life. One thing I'm gonna talk about a lot is like my body transformation and me losing weight.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why I got so heavy is because I thought like, bro, I was really into like bodybuilding. Like used to be, oh, you gotta be like 200 pounds, bro. Like you gotta like. So I'm eating like crap and stuff like that, and it's like whole time, bro. Like I'm just social media's telling me that you gotta be like buff and lean at 200 pounds. I'm like, that's how I got fat. That was like one of the reasons why I got fat, bro. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm listening to like external things and stuff like that. So maybe that's why I take the internal and the authenticity so serious right now, because I see what it can do for me. But it's like, ask yourself what you want, ask yourself why you want it, and get rid of all the distractions that's telling you you need to do things this way or do things that way. And you can find out what you want. You can get tunnel vision and clear focus and go get it, bro. So that's how I'm feeling right now, man. Let's cross over a little bit, man. We talk about pursuing excellence. I want to talk about excellence a little bit, man. How do you define excellence? What's your definition of excellence, bro? As you're doing different things with kinesiology and PT, and you're doing different things with friendships, relationship with your mom, in the gym, with your fraternity. Yeah. Right? We haven't really talked about that, but even in fraternity, how do you go into making sure that you're being the best version of yourself in these different avenues, bro, in these different domains? Because you juggle a lot.
Yeah, it's more just really just understanding who you are and what you want to become. Because, like, in life, you're going to juggle a lot of things. It's not going to be one time in your life when you got nothing going on. Even when you retire, you still got stuff you got to do.
Yeah.
But, I just push myself to be like this because I look up to my mom. My mom has done a lot in her life that has pushed her to fastest that I can't even imagine to get to. But she's the biggest person and the biggest support I've ever had in my life. And she's done a lot, so I feel like I can do the same because I have those ideas in myself as well. I feel like I can be a part of a fraternity, I can be president of it, I can also be in this club and do this, I can also do this and do this. And stretching yourself out like that just makes you want to work harder to be better, if that makes sense. Like, for everything that I do, I always try to just always be a sponge and ask questions because you don't know everything. So like, in my fraternity, like, I crossed last year, I just hit a year, and I was president as soon as I crossed. Like, as soon as my brothers graduated, I became president of my campus. And that took a lot of learning curves. I had to ask questions, I had to lose out on shit, I had to learn how to let go of certain things, I had to fail at a lot of things to learn how to be better.
Yeah.
How to get to excellence, if that makes, like, none of us are ever gonna be excellent.
That's why I love it, bro.
But at the end of the day is when you keep putting in the reps, putting in the hours, you're gonna get to a point where you feel like you are at excellence.
Yeah.
And as long as because you're not gonna get to a point where it's like, oh, this is it.
Never.
I'm getting there.
Never.
Once you get here, that's alright. I can get here now. Now I'm here. I get here now.
Yeah.
Now you just keep going up levels and up levels and up levels, and that's where I feel like excellence and like really comes from is just you trying to always get to another.
It's the pursuit of it, bro.
Every single time. Because
Pursuit of it,
when
man.
you're on, like, yeah, I'm about to graduate. That's excellence at that. That's blackness right there. I'm graduating. As a black man, I'm graduating. I can't be why I'm graduating. But what's next? Grad school. It's all this stuff. That's doctorate right there. All right, I'm doctor. What should we do then? All right, now it's time to get a PT job. I got a job. Now what's next? Try to get a clinic. All right, let's go on a clinic. What's wrong with that? Let's get it nationwide. All right, bet. Can we get it worldwide? Maybe we'll see. I don't know. But as long as you keep working to get there,
Pursuit.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
If I don't get worldwide, all right, I can have clinics all across the West, all across the East, down in the South, somewhere in the Midwest, and have my clinic under my name because that's what I want to do. So I want to pursue to get. So as long as you're in pursuit of what you want, excellence is going to be there every time.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start giving up, getting complacent, oh yeah, I got here, so I'm cool, or I'm D1 now, so I ain't gonna do too much. I'm in the NFL, I'm chilling, I'm in NBA, I'm chilling. All right, you think you're gonna be there? You're gonna be there for a year and get burnt out because you know why? Because you don't got the drive no more.
Yeah.
When you got that drive in you and you keep going and going and going, like I said, excellence is gonna be there every step of the way. You just gotta open that door every time. It's the level of excellence you gotta get to keep opening up the doors.
Yeah.
Keep going through until you feel like you want to stop. Life tells you to stop. that's when like, okay, all right, we're cool now.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, there's gonna be a point in time where I'll be like, dang, I really made it. Like, I got this nice house, I got a nice family. We're gonna be good. Now get to the family. Gotta get kids right.
Man, it's always gonna be something to do.
Someone's gonna keep popping up in your life to keep going. So excellence is honestly an ongoing thing in my book. Like, it just keeps building up every time. So yeah.
I like that, man. I like that. One thing I want to talk about is the distractions on the pursuit of excellence. This is a question that, or distractions in general, as the days go past, I take focus extremely seriously.
Yeah.
So when I talk about distractions and focus and stuff like that, I feel like that difference, it can be different depending on who I'm talking to, and like, I don't want to say what level I'm on, what level we're on, because it's different, but just what you deem as a distraction or not. So how do you kind of avoid distractions as you're pursuing excellence, man? You got a lot going on. I know you like to play video games, so you do have a little bit more chill time. You're not just full throttle. So how do you deal with the distractions that might be impeding you pursuing excellence while also being able to manage some of that fun time that you like to have?
At the end of the day, you understand that you're a human. So like, unless you're a robot, you're gonna get distracted. No matter how much it is. NFL get distracted, freshman I get distracted, doctorate students got distracted, masters got distracted. Everyone's got distracted. No matter who it is, someone got distracted.
Yeah.
Well, this is how you bounce back from it. So I've been distracted a couple times throughout my college career that has hurt me in like class wise or in relationship wise and things like that. So like it's more like, all right, I have to figure out how to not let this get me again. So then you start learning how to time in yourself, or have to learn how to write down the calendar, journal stuff out, things like that. Just understanding that some things you don't need at that moment. You can get it later, But right now it's at the time. So like, when I got a midterm, I got a final coming up. All right, I know I got the TV right in front of me. I got the remote right there. It's basically self-will. I think that at the end of the day, it's more how strong your self-will is. Yeah, the TV's right in front of me. The toy's right there. I could turn that TV on, turn on that PlayStation, and start playing the game right then and there, and say, I don't give a fuck about studying.
Yeah.
But if you have goals, you have aspirations you want, then the distractions become really minuscule because then it's like, man, I gotta study for this midterm. I'll get on the game there or something like that. Like, I gotta make sure I understand this. You gonna do this stuff for 2-3 hours. You get it. You understand it. You go through a little test real quick. You're good. All right, now you can play the game. Play a little bit, go to sleep. But it's more just like, you have something you're trying to do, you have something you wanna get to, something you wanna aspire to be great at. You're gonna understand that there's times when you have to sacrifice the free time, sacrifice actions, sacrifice going out, sacrifice playing the game, sacrifice anything that is more enjoyable. And
In the moment.
It gets in the books.
In the moment, for me, that's in the moment.
Books.
In the moment. Because sometimes, and like I said, I'm not trying to push the way I think about it on you.
No, yeah.
But sometimes, man, it's just like, it's more enjoyable. It's more enjoyable for me to like eat out instead of eating my meal prep. Or it's more enjoyable for me to play this video game instead of working on my business.
Yeah.
But is it really? Because in 5 years or in 5 weeks or even in 5 days, when you look back, like what's the payoff, bro?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's just like the delayed gratification and all that.
Yeah, no, I get that because I think about that as well. Because like everything you do right now, you're not gonna get the fruitful thoughts of that until you get it later.
Later on.
So it's for later. So like, yeah, I'm gonna graduate now to get to doctorate. And doctors don't get to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you said, it's like the steps, unlock the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And finally you'll get to that guy, like, oh yeah, man, if I didn't study for that test back then, I would have failed that class. I wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be here right now if I decided to go out that night instead of starting my brand. Shoot, I wouldn't be here right now. All the other stuff. So like, it's just the things you decide. It's two-lane street. You either go this way or that way. Well, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna get this done. I can do this. We'll circle back to it at one point. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. All right. Take a little break.
Mm-hmm.
All right, trying to get back to business and keep getting stuff done.
Yeah, man. All right, we're finna wrap it up, man. This is good. I do wanna make sure we still rolling. Make sure we still rolling, bro. We cool, right?
Yeah, we good. Yeah. All right, guys.
I'm gonna leave that in there too, man. I'm gonna leave that in there.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything that you currently struggling with that you want to talk about for a little bit, man?
I mean,
Ain't gotta be nothing crazy. Anything that you feel like is something recently that you've been either doing or thinking about that you know is gonna be holding you back. Anything like that?
Nothing really. I mean, I try to really tie my days into stuff that I know is gonna benefit me in the best way possible. I mean, yeah, there's times where like, I struggle with sleep a lot. I don't really sleep that much. I'm a severe insomniac, and I don't really like to sleep. But I will go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning.
What time are you waking up?
7 a.m.
Man.
So it's like I get up and I don't burn out until it gets to like 8, 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, I'm tired, bro. I'm trying to take a nap. And I take a nap accidentally because I lay down on my phone or something, bro. Gone. And I wake up, it's 2 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I'm wide awake now. I'm like, damn. I hope my whole day fucked up now, so I gotta somehow fall back to sleep. And when I wake up, I wake up.
You can't go back to sleep.
So I gotta take melatonin, or I gotta just like force myself to go to sleep.
So that sleep's a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, it goes up and down, but like I'm trying to do my best because like I know it ties to like my mental health, the way I like my skincare and all the things, like, how I just feel about myself. And like I was talking to my friend about it when I was in a weekend. I was like trying to get these back, I my eyes, and she's like, yeah, just trying to like a little cold compress with like spoon or something like that. Sleep a little more, you might get it'll start to go away as time goes on. So I'm trying to do that. Like yesterday, I got like 7 hours sleep last night.
That's good sleep.
It was cool. It was good that day. I woke up, I was like, damn.
Yeah. That's physical health too, but I know you be putting on the muscle.
Yeah,
that muscle's imperative.
That's
bro.
another thing. The sleeping is needed for that.
Yes.
I gain it, but then I'll just be sore all the time usually Cause I'm sleeping, I don't let my body rest. So I'll be up, move around, and then go to sleep for maybe like 5-6 hours, and I get up, class, gym. Go to bed till 12 o'clock in the morning. Waking up at 7, 8 o'clock, get up again, do it, same thing again. And kind of just keep running through like that. So honestly, this is my biggest thing right now. I mean, I hope to get that in the reps next coming months. Cause when it's time for grad school, sleep is imperative. There is none of that. I mean, yeah, you would have assignments to do at night, but like when I'm free and I got nothing to do, sit back, bro.
Get a nap in or something.
There's no need for all that extra stuff. Like it's cool with the game for a little bit. All right, yeah, but we not 15, 16. So no more that we 22, 23, 24, 21. We're in that range of like, all right, it's time to start like wrapping things up, getting things right. Cause you can't be pulling these 3 a.m. nighters when you're 30. I mean, you can't be out on vacation. But when we in, it's time to get that work at 9 to 5, we're getting that stuff right. You gotta go to bed, wake up, start all over again, keep doing all over again. At 9 to 5, I gotta go to the gym, I gotta finish data sheets and paperwork for the pictures I've seen, all the notes I gotta do, and all those stuff, like medical, those things I gotta do for PT work. I gotta go to the gym. At the time, when we single, I'm not gonna try to, I'm not a family when I first do PT. No way, no sir. I'm trying to get that money into my life much as I can before I get to that family. So we'll figure out the sleep schedule stuff soon enough. But I've been slowly been getting up the scheduling better and stuff like that. Having time to lay down and take time to relax. It's been on the up and up to get my sleep better, but we get there.
Okay. Any new domains that you're curious about exploring? Anything you thinking about branching out to?
Any stocks? But I mean, I'll be real with it. I ain't got the funds to be doing stocks yet the way I want to, but I still dibble and dabble in the research to understand how to read the charts and know when to buy, when to sell, when to get when it's hot. But like, I had a few stocks a little bit, but when Meds got the office, took all the stocks down like that. My money went from here, it started to. I was like, take that out.
So the stocks is down.
I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I'm going to restart another time. But yeah, stocks is most definitely another thing, man. Just like, sure, that's really it, honestly. Stocks are the biggest thing.
Okay. Now, if we could go back and give advice to your younger self, starting out, knowing that you're going to be branching out, doing different things as you get older, would you? Any advice on like time management, anything?
Oh yeah.
Any advice you would give?
Yeah, write everything down. Put everything in a journal, calendar, something like that. Cause you need to know how your day is gonna be set up, so you know how to get stuff done in a certain period of time. Cause not everything you can get done in one day. Like there's events, there's things you gotta sign up for, there's assignments you gotta do. That will take more than just a day. When you have class all day and then you get home at 6 o'clock, and that assignment takes half a day. You got 6 hours to bang out this homework that do at 11:59. Now you should, because you gonna get it turned in late and get percentages off, or it's not gonna get done because it's too late. So like it's really focusing on time management, writing everything down, making sure everything is laid out in your calendar. So okay, I got this to do today, I got that today. Today's free, so I'm gonna block this time out, do homework all day, take time to relax for a little bit, eat some food, all that stuff is legit. Just trying to just lay out what your week gonna look like, and just burn that week out and then restarting that next Sunday. Laying everything out again, and you'll be good.
Okay. Some rapid fire questions real quick, man, before we close out.
What's up?
What book has influenced your approach to excellence, if any? You big on books?
Yeah. I'm trying to get more reading my books, but we'll say the 48 Laws of Power. I read that twice before, and then like I have other books like letters written to Black Kings, or young Black Kings, because it's supposed to be letters, like what people have written for people like myself, like you, to read and be like implement into their lives. And I read a lot of like family books, love books, shit like that. Just like have a repertoire. So I got a lot of shit I read about and in my mind thinking about. So yeah.
A common misconception about any one of the domains that you partake in. So the gym, PT, for like fraternities, any common misconception that like a lot of people in the general public feel like is true, but it's not true.
I mean, like,
It's a pretty
sometimes
broad
like, I
question.
feel like the gym is it's a hard place to start at, which is not. It's really easy. As long as you know, like, go with a friend and just enjoy it for yourself. Like, everybody wants to be like, oh, I saw one guy or I saw one girl squatting 600. I can't even squat a plate.
Mm-hmm.
Then start discouraging themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, no need to do that. We gotta remember, bro's on level 600 with that. You start from square one.
Yeah.
You should not be coming into the gym. You should. It's not you should not. If you are, then you are. If you're able to push 600 just because you got that bar, then shoot. Do what you gotta do to it. But if you can't do that yet, don't push yourself
At your own pace.
Try to do that. Try to get to that point. Because I couldn't bench and squat like I can do now when I was first starting. I can get there because it's the work you put in. It's the reps you put in to get to that point. And then like, I was like fraternity stuff, we're just like, everybody in fraternity is a whole.
Yeah.
That's not it, man. That's not it. Yeah, but we stroll for people. It's because we stroll and like there's a girl in front of us or something like that that's in front of us while we're showing. It's not for that. I mean, we're strolling. It's like we want to show because we get used to it.
Yeah.
It's our turn, it's what we do. So it's like, it's not really that big of a deal. And also like, the way people like to perceive D9 when it comes to, I'll say in the PWI side of things, because I can't speak on like HBCU or like the big black communities that be having their fraternities and stuff like that, because they have more people.
Yeah.
But for us, it's more like, they love to see D9 as like, oh, y'all just straight work. It's only like that because we got chapters, we got small chapters, things like that. Like it's like, I'm a chapter 2. My other person, my line was at U of O. That's a whole hour down the road. So when I got something I got to do up here, he can't just drop everything and come up here. Like it's time consuming. When you have the white class sororities that we have like 50 to 60, 70 people in there just chilling. So you have a board full of multiple people doing multiple jobs.
Yeah.
Me, if you look up on ideology, I'm 5% incorporated, you will see up here is the historian, the president, the vice president, the secretary, all that. Listed on philanthropy chair, everything. Same thing for John when he got his campus. You look at the thing for him, he's president, vice president, 5% incorporated. So it's like, we don't have the luxury of having more people to be like, oh yeah, we having a great time. And plus we're not housed, so we can't just throw parties randomly throughout the week and stuff like that. Like they can. We gotta buy things, we gotta get insurances, things like that, and all that stuff. So like, yeah, it might be work when it comes to us, but at the end of the day, the work that we put into our fraternity, our sororities for a D9, it boosts outside of that because we get seen by other CEOs. Because people understand this, and the way that there's CEOs and bosses for white class sororities. When I go to my regionals, when I go to my conventions and all that stuff, I meet other PTs in my field. I meet mayors. I meet presidents of campuses and things like that because of me just being a part of my fraternity and being in that light allowed me to open up doors that I thought I could never imagine before. So like, yeah, it might be a lot of work. Everything's a lot of work. You doing class right now, you doing a lot of work right there. You're not crying about that though.
Yeah.
And once you get out of that and you get to become a fraternity sorority, it just amplifies that. Because now like I got to shake hands with the VP and the president of our school. One, because I worked at BCC, and 2, because it was like an outdoor event, technically. So I was there emceeing, I got to shake hands with the president, the vice president, the CEO of the school, all this other stuff, because I'm just there. So it's like, there's things that, it's a give and take. And yeah, if you want to party all the time, then that's what your prerogative, that's what you want to do. But when you look back at that 10 years from now, you'll be like, damn, what does it do for me? All I did in college was drink and party. When I go back, I was like, yeah, when I was in my fraternity back in college, I was throwing these service events, I was talking to a lot of people, higher ups, meeting people, getting contact with people across the region. Like I know mad brothers and heads that are down in SoCal and NorCal that I've met, that I'm in constant contact with about PT stuff and just like life in general because we all have our own little facets and it's gonna be cool. So like, it's just like, we're not just work. Like, we can have our fun too, but like, we know how to balance the two. I'm not saying they don't either, but we know how to, we show more of like the business side of things when it comes to the fun stuff, but when it comes to the fun stuff, you see us struggling, you see us having cookouts, all sort of stuff, but we don't understand, we understand and know that we gotta serve our community first before we can have fun for it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, up here, we have fun too, but it's just like, it's just, it's a lot more.
Yeah. You got a lot more stuff to do.
100%.
A lot more stuff to do.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, this has been a good conversation, but I'm glad we had this conversation.
Yeah,
I'm glad you were the first guest.
Yeah, I appreciate
On
you.
the Branching Out with Randall podcast.
Man.
Man, brand made to cultivate a lifestyle of authentic self-expression and talk about pursuing excellence across multiple domains of life. You want to link your socials, man, where they can find you?
Shit, Instagram, you got Mirda Great, MIRDA_great. You know how I spell that, and then like, shoot, that's really it. Find me on there. As you can see on the link, you know, got opt-out to the COVID, so we do that a lot. We got a couple things coming up soon, so we got everything happening. But stay tuned. We'll be back in that. Randall will be around too.
Yes,
So
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna throw this up on the main YouTube because I don't have separate YouTube channels right now for my personal. But this will be on the Branching Out with Randall Instagram. I'll throw up clips from that on there, and then I'll definitely start a separate playlist on my YouTube channel with just podcast stuff. This is the first episode, man. We're in the apartment study room. Just threw the phone up on a stick. We got some whatever this is in the background. So this is really raw. It's not no crazy studio. It's not no crazy lighting. But you know, this is something I want to start. So this is the first episode. It's gonna be exciting to, you know, keep this going and see what other guests we're able to get on here.
Yeah, man.
And that's gonna be it for us, man. We'll be back with the second episode.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Alright. That's probably like an hour, bro.
That's still good though.